Welcome back and welcome to what will be a room and kitchen tour of my accommodation this year. I'll also explain at the end how second year accommodation works. If you haven't had a look at my first year accommodation at Worcester, I suggest you check out the video. I'll put a card somewhere up here. It's one of my most popular ones, so clearly people like it. But anyway, let's get into this video. I'll put chapters in at different points, so if you want to skip ahead to the explanation of how accommodation works in second year, you can go straight to there. Right then, let's get into it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, my room is nowhere near as big as it was last year, and I don't have a second room. There's just a sink through there, but let's have a look at it. So over there we have the window, a nice big wardrobe. It's currently got a towel drying on it. Inside we have some shoes at the bottom, hanging stuff, more shoes there, and a box on top for moving in. Over here we have my desk, nice in front of the window, so we got plenty of natural light. Unfortunately, the only light in this room is up there, pointing straight at the window, which means that it's pretty useless. And then in the evenings when it gets dark outside, this half of my room is not particularly light. But anyway, here is my bed, not particularly neatly made up. But I'm not an expert in that. It's relatively comfortable. Underneath we have some drawers for clothes storage. Over here I have my drying rack with clothes on it. I actually need to put those away now, they are dry. And I have my posh bike in my room. This is not usually allowed at Worcester for obvious reasons, but I got special permission as I am part of the Oxford University Cycling Club. Over here we have a bit more furniture, little chest of drawers. It's just got some cycling bits and bobs in there, and that's about it. In there, that opens up like that. That has some bedding in, some towels. My laundry rucksack is on there, along with my kettle. We have one in the kitchen, but I have one here as well. Up here we have some shelves that I actually really like. Dictionaries, grammar books, and more dictionaries. And then up there, we're just storing some boxes. A little box of cycling miscellaneous. Spanish books, French books, random stuff in the middle. The toilet roll is for emergencies if the college supply runs out. I also have a mini fridge, even though I have a kitchen. One of my flatmates doesn't, but the rest of us do. It's quite helpful because the fridges in the kitchen, as you'll see, aren't the biggest thing on the planet. That's just my work from last year that I used to revise for my Spanish collection, my coat. And here is the sink. So sink, nice mirror. That light bulb wasn't working at the start of the year, but I managed to get them to come and sort it out. Toiletries, etc. You can see that there. Yeah. So as you could see there, my room is not as big as last year, and it definitely isn't as light, I don't think, which is a shame. You can sort of see up here, I've sort of tried to add some fairy lights to jazz up that side of my room, because it does get quite dark. I'm using my desk lamp to light it most of the time. It's a bit irritating, but I'm getting used to it, and I do really like my room. It's sort of perfectly sized and everything works well, so that's all good. I am now going to take you to the kitchen, which is very exciting because last year we had no kitchen and we had to eat in hall most of the time, which was fairly expensive. Obviously cheap compared to like restaurants and things, but compared to having your own kitchen, unfortunately it was more expensive. So let's go check it out. Okay, so here we have the kitchen. It's not currently in its cleanest state, I must admit, but everything is there. So we have two fridges down here. That's got a slightly bigger freezer pot than that does. The freezer pot in that one is just inside. We have a microwave that was provided. A toaster that was brought by one of my flatmates. Lots of cupboards up here, so these are my ones. And lots of cupboard space underneath as well. We have a sink, obviously, washing up racks, and the hob with 2 ovens. Certainly not the greatest ovens on the planet. And then here we have another one of my flatmates' kettle and I believe rice cooker. So yeah, that's about it. As you can see, there's lots of space. This kitchen is shared between 6 of us, and realistically, you could probably only fit about 3 people cooking at the same time. Here we have the dining room table or tables, 6 chairs for 6 people. The bins, recycling, food waste and general. And then the exciting bit is outside. Here we go, and the light has ruined things a bit, but we have a balcony. We have a shared balcony, which is really nice. Some of my flatmates have their own balconies actually, which is very unfair, I would say. But we have this space, it's really lovely. I brought my clothes out here initially so that they could dry nicely, and then obviously transferred them to my room when the weather inevitably got bad. And I really can't wait for long summer evenings where we can really use this space to have a lot of fun. So yeah, that is the kitchen area, the communal area of this flat. We're living in Sainsbury building. It was built in the 80s and I believe won an architectural award. The inside, sort of the communal areas between rooms, is extremely confusing. There are corridors everywhere. It's all sort of symmetrical, but at the same time wonky. There's lots of glass, lots of wood. It's very nice actually, but very confusing and a bit loopy, I would say sometimes. But it has character, which is really nice. Last year, our rooms had character because they were the oldest ones in college. And this year, our rooms have character because they're just weird. But, you know, that's all right. As you can see, the lake is in the background there. And it's just very nice. So I'm going to go inside now and talk you through how accommodation works for second years. Before I move on to talk about how choosing accommodation works at Worcester in second year, just a quick mention on bathrooms. Last year we were sharing 1 bathroom, so a shower and a toilet in the same room between 4 of us. This year we have 1 toilet, 1 shower in separate rooms, and then 1 toilet and a bath in the same room shared between 6 of us. We've had no issues so far. The toilet is a little bit small, but the shower has good pressure, good heat, and the other toilet is big, so it's all absolutely peachy. Let's move on to the logistics of choosing accommodation for second year. Right then, to talk about accommodation in Worcester, you need to understand that we have 6 different gradings for rooms. It goes from grade 1 to grade 6, grade 1 being the cheapest, grade 6 being the most expensive. And as you go up through the grades, you'll get bigger rooms, you might start having en suites, you'll start having kitchens. Everything is just done based on this grading system. So in first year, things happen a bit differently. Again, watch the first room tour to understand how that all works. But for second year, the way it worked for us, it might change, it might stay the same. We were all given sort of a lottery number, and we could choose to combine our lottery numbers in a group. So we could join the lottery as a household, which is what we did, what the Cottage Gang did. And our numbers were drawn out in a certain order. And depending on what order the numbers came out, affected the time or sort of when you could choose your room. So those who get picked out first got to choose their room first out of the selection. So we were drawn about 16th, sort of halfway through the pack. And we were slightly worried that we weren't going to be able to get the rooms we wanted in this building. These are grade 3 here. And so sort of the cheapest option for second year. They have a kitchen, which is exactly what we wanted. And yeah, we were just looking for the cheapest with a kitchen, basically. It's also quite a nice part of college, right next to the big playing fields. So yeah. So we were worried we weren't going to get it because we were 16th, but in fact, none of the rooms had gone by the time we chose them. And that's it, basically. So hopefully that all makes sense. If it doesn't, do let me know in the comment section below. As I said, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more of stuff like this, I guess. Stay tuned.